I should point out, off the side of Victoria Mall, that building across the street is the art building, or cultural center, they call it, but it's basically it's an art building.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be alive.
So I'm outside of the Victoria Mall here, and I want to give my final thoughts on this trip to Pereira. See if I can do this quick. I've expressed over and over and over again about how I don't really care for Pereira. I lived here before. It was hot, it was dirty. Back in the day there was a lot of crime, and it's still a fair amount of crime here. But like everywhere, it depends on the neighborhood, it depends on what your lifestyle is. If you're straggling in at 2 o'clock in the morning half drunk, you're kind of a target. But it's whenever I express that, I'm expressing my personal opinion, and it comes with a lot of baggage. It comes with personal reasons. It's a big city, you know, it's populated. Well, maybe you don't think it's a big city, you know, over 500,000 people. To me, it's a big city. I'm not sure why, but somebody asked me if they have rotisserie chicken here. I thought it was a strange question, but it's not that foreign here. It's mostly Spanish-speaking USA in a lot of ways, but yes, here you go. Rotisserie chicken. It's everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. It's almost every street corner. It's bigger than I like, and it feels like a big city more than that. Manizales is similar size, but it doesn't feel that big, which is why, well, one of the reasons I like Manizales. But having said all of that, like everywhere, you're going to find nice areas, you're going to find nice places, and I went out of my way to do a couple of these videos in this series on nice areas, and I have to tell you that, you know, walking through Pinares and walking through the Zona Rosa, it's pretty awesome. Reminds me, Zona Rosa reminds me a lot of the Milan area in Manizales, which I love, where all those international restaurants are. Very upscale, very nice. And you got that here in Pereira, in that area. Los Alpes is very nice. There's some nice condominium buildings there, little ice cream shops. And then you get to Pinares and Pinares Alto. It's just beautiful. Some of those buildings are just magnificent. Look, on the other end of the same block, there's the rotisserie in the back there, and look, rotisserie chickens. And you know, they're nice boulevards to walk. It's tree lined, it's comfortable, it's very safe. Pretty much all of those areas I just mentioned are Strata 6, you know, so you're gonna pay for that, but you know, you get what you pay for. Are there other areas? Yeah, it's a big city, and I could do videos forever, but rather than just, you know, complain to you all the time about the things I don't like, and you see that a lot, tripping over, you know, drunken bodies in the street. I think that was in my first video in this series. But there's a lot of good to be said. It's not, but there's things that are, you know, disappointing, and you know, my videos, my intention is to be honest. I don't want to just rip on Pereira, but you know, I don't want to sugarcoat it either. I can't express how bad it smelled in Bolivar Park. And if you know anything about the Spanish culture, the Latin culture, Simon Bolivar is the George Washington. I mean, he's it. And every city in Colombia has got a Bolivar Park out of memoriam and respect for the guy. And to go into that park, which used to be Pretty nice place. I mean, it was clean. Now you go in there, it's dirty, but it stinks so bad of pee. I mean, it's almost, I don't know, it's like hard to breathe. It's so strong. The last time I smelled anything like that, I was at a hockey game that was really crowded, was sold out, and the bathrooms were lines going down the road, and in the men's bathroom, it was just this big, wide open trough. And people were in there drunk, and they're peeing on the floor and all over the place. I mean, go in with an umbrella and a rain suit, you know, it was so bad. And it just smelled like it too. And that park, it reminded me of that. It's just, you know, it's just disgusting. You know, vagrants, I can understand, but it's a problem. I mean, it adds to the crime, and it takes a lot of the pleasure away to walk through an area that's intended to be nice and comforting and relaxing, and just be constantly harassed, you know, by, you know, beggars or scammers or whatever. I thought this was kind of funny. Okay, so it's Chinatown restaurant. There's a big marquee in the front, but this is as you go in the door. And it's got the picture menu. But take a look. You've got chop suey, chow fan. Okay. And what do we have here? Spaghetti. Okay. Spaghetti with rice on the side. You know, it's sad to see. And again, I understand why. And, you know, I'm not necessarily faulting anyone, but, you know, there's no denying that it just takes away some of the pleasure and joy of places like that. Now, you know, that's just part of life. And, you know, I've been to places in New York City, and, you know, if you go to, you know, the same old, you know, the hits keep coming, you know, Baltimore or Los Angeles. I lived there for a while. You know, you can find the same thing, but it doesn't make it any more pleasurable just because it's also somewhere else. And you can come and live here and live in, you know, these upscale communities and never have to leave them, and that's fine. In Armenia, are there vagrants? Are there drunks in the street? Yeah, once in a while, but not that much. It's not in your face all the time. Right here in this little park area of the Victoria Mall, which is actually part of the greater Victoria Park, which you can see behind me there also. You got vagrants all over the place. Let me see if we can take a look here. Okay, you got sitting there. There's a couple behind that sign. There's a guy, he's collecting soda cans for money. So, I don't want to be all negative about Pereira. There's a lot of nice things here, and you've seen them in the video. The walking bridge across the boulevard over there is very nice. But this is special. This is outside of Victoria Mall. I've seen it, I never put it on video. These are the benches for waiting for the bus. They're swings. I mean, seriously, how cool is that? Now, it took a bit of a structure here to make it happen, but that is really cool. I mean, that's not planned, it's everywhere all the time. So, what I don't like, it's hot. It's dirty. There's lots of vagrants. It's crowded. And it's too big. What I like, there's a lot of modern things here. There's some really good big malls. There's so many things are available. You got your Price Mart here. Beautiful condominiums, nicer. There's probably, on average, in that area, Penardes, the average condo is probably as nicer than the very best ones in Armenia. So you've got that. So I guess that's it. That's my final thoughts. I don't want to discourage you from coming to explore, and maybe it's right up your alley. Maybe you like it. if you like, you know, bigger cities, if you like the hustle and bustle of the crowds, then you might very well love it here. It's just not for me. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this series, and I'll see you in a coffee time.